Are you interested in ethical hacking but don't have a massive budget to spend on expensive courses, tools, or books? Well, then you're in the right place, because in this video, I'm going to show you how to learn ethical hacking without spending a fortune. No fluff, no nonsense, just solid resources you can use to build your hacking career without breaking the bank. I will break down everything into 4 main categories, starting from online courses, YouTube channels, hands-on learning platforms, and then finally mention some books. So let's just jump in and get started. When you're first getting started in ethical hacking, the most important thing you need is a structured learning system. Fortunately, there are plenty of free or budget-friendly courses that can teach us everything from basic cybersecurity concepts to advanced penetration testing. Keep in mind that this isn't a complete list, but just some of the most popular and trusted platforms that offer high-quality content. So let's just take a look at some of them. Alright, first on the list is edX. edX offers free courses from top universities and institutions like MIT, Harvard, and IBM. They have so many cybersecurity and ethical hacking courses that you can complete at your own pace without having any restrictions. And for many courses on this platform, you can access all course materials for free. But if you want a verified certificate, that's where the cost comes in. The great thing about edX is that you generally don't have to pay for the verified certificate. And in fact, in so many cases, you can just skip it and still get all the knowledge and practical skills you need. I highly recommend signing up and exploring the content on edX because you literally have nothing to lose for signing up in this platform. Next up is Udemy. Udemy is known for its paid courses, but there are also some free resources available on Udemy. You can filter for free courses on ethical hacking, penetration testing, and some basic cybersecurity concepts. While many of these free courses are introductory or limited in content, they still provide a solid foundation in key topics. One thing to note is that Udemy also frequently runs massive discounts on paid courses, so oftentimes you will see courses available for 80 or 90% off. So even if you just start with free courses, it's always worth keeping an eye on their sales because you might just snag a high quality ethical hacking course for just a few bucks. Alright, finally we have Coursera, which is similar to edX in many ways. This platform also partners with top universities and institutions like Stanford, Yale, and Cisco to offer high quality courses, and many of these courses are available for free. Of course, like edX, not every course on this platform is free, but there is a substantial selection that provide access to course materials, video lectures, and assignments at no cost at all. In most cases, the free content on the platform is more than enough, and if you're looking for structured learning from top institutions, then Coursera is definitely worth checking out. Alright, now let's move on to another category of resources, which is basically what we are on right now. If you prefer video tutorials or live demos, YouTube is packed with channels that teach ethical hacking for completely free. And honestly, YouTube is definitely my favorite in this case because you can simply teach yourself an entire profession without spending a single dollar. And when it comes to cybersecurity and ethical hacking, there's so many experienced professionals sharing high quality content for no cost at all. And here are some of my favorite channels to check out if you want to learn cybersecurity or ethical hacking. The first channel I want to mention is the Cyber Mentor. This channel offers high quality penetration testing tutorials, live CTF walkthroughs, vulnerability assessments, and so much more. He has ethical hacking series on YouTube, which is great for people who want to get started in their journey or even intermediate to advanced level learners. While watching this channel, you will also get a real-world understanding of ethical hacking techniques and using tools like Metasploit, Burp Suite, and so much more. Honestly, he and his team share a lot of quality content for free on the channel, so it's definitely a no-brainer that you should subscribe to him. Plus, his content is beginner friendly while still diving into more complex topics. Next channel in the list is Network Chuck. This channel is great if you're looking for something with a focus on networking and cybersecurity in general. His content covers a broad range of cybersecurity topics, from ethical hacking basics to more advanced networking and firewall configurations, and he has a really good vibe and his energy is extremely contagious. And on top of everything, his tutorials tutorials are extremely easy to follow, even for those people who just get into hacking. I would absolutely recommend to subscribe and follow his videos because you will learn a lot from him. Alright, next up is Hackersploit, which is easily one of the best YouTube channels for learning ethical hacking, penetration testing, and cybersecurity in general. He's easily one of my favorites, and his videos are incredibly detailed and cover topics like Kali Linux setup, Wi-Fi hacking, and network security, and so much more stuff from beginner to advanced levels. What's great about him is that he doesn't just show you how to perform attacks or how to use certain tools, but he also explains the underlying principles behind the methods. So definitely go check him out and consider subscribing to him. Alright, finally we have John Hammond, which is another great resource for ethical hacking and cybersecurity content. His channel dives into CTF challenges, reverse engineering, and vulnerability research, and so much more advanced stuff. He's an extremely smart person who has so much experience, so if you want to sharpen your skills with real-world challenges, his detailed walkthroughs will show you exactly how to exploit vulnerabilities and also secure systems. He's got this practical, no-nonsense approach to hacking, which can be perfect for anyone looking to get hands-on. Not to mention that his videos are extremely fun to watch. Now that we covered online courses and some YouTube channels, let's move on to something more hands-on, because I believe that learning by doing is one of the best ways to sharpen your skills, and fortunately for us, there are so many platforms designed to give us hands-on experience in this field, and here are some of the few that I highly recommend. Alright, first one in the list is TryHackMe. This is a great learning platform for beginner, intermediate, or even advanced learners. This platform offers not only individual rooms with various content, but also these structured paths that take you through various aspects of ethical hacking. Not only you can get a roadmap based on your career goals, but you will also have access to so many other learning paths without having to pay unless you want to. TryHackMe offers so much content for free, from beginner rooms where you can learn basic concepts like enumeration and exploitation to more advanced environments that simulate real-world networks and applications. It honestly has something for everyone, and the best part about it is that you learn while doing things. And many of these rooms that I mentioned are free, but you can also explore premium rooms if you choose to do so, which I would also highly recommend. Alright, next up is Hack the Box Academy. Now, I need to mention that they also have a labs version, which is more focused on CTFs rather than teaching aspects of things, but I wanted to only focus on their academy for the purpose of this video. This platform is very similar to TryHackMe that I mentioned earlier, and it's definitely a must mention as well. They do have a paid subscription model, or you can also buy modules separately, but they also have a free tier. When you first sign up, you will have some cubes given by them, and these cubes are essentially the currency they use to unlock modules. And the modules will have tiers based on their depth and level, and all the fundamental modules will be considered tier 0. These tier 0 modules will require only 10 cubes to unlock, and when you complete them, they will reward you 10 cubes back. So essentially, this will make them free to complete. Now, the tier 0 modules are extremely useful because they will teach you all the fundamentals and then some. They will go through networking, Windows fundamentals, Linux fundamentals, vulnerability assessment, web fuzzing, and so much more stuff. And the good news is that after going through all the fundamentals without paying anything, you will now be equipped with so much knowledge that you'll be able to use it on Capture the Flags on platforms like HDB Labs or TryHackMe rooms. So definitely go check them out and sign up for a membership. Alright, finally, I want to mention Over the Wire in this category. If you want to build a strong foundation in Linux and network security, Over the Wire's war games are one of the best hands-on resources available out there, and the best part is that they're completely free. There are no hidden fees, subscriptions, or paywalls. All you need is an internet connection and some basic terminal setup to start playing. These challenges will cover essential skills like Linux commands, file permissions, privilege escalation, shell scripting, cryptography, and binary exploitation. And one of the best best aspects of the Over the Wire is that it provides minimal guidance, which can be an advantage because unlike structured courses that walk you through every step, these war games force you to research, experiment, and problem solve all on your own. This approach mimics real-world ethical hacking where the solutions aren't really handed to you. You have to dig through documentation, explore man pages, and troubleshoot some errors. And developing this self-reliance is what truly separates an average learner from a skilled hacker. So if you're serious about ethical hacking, then Over the Wire is definitely another invaluable and completely free resource that will sharpen your technical skills. Alright, the final thing I want to mention is, of course, books. Now, books might seem old school to some people, but they're indispensable if you truly want to master ethical hacking. There are so many books that dive deep into the theory and also provide a level of detail you simply won't find in online tutorials or videos. I understand that not everybody prefers books or wants to spend money on books, but the good news is that if you don't want to spend money, you often don't have to, because many local libraries offer a huge selection of both physical and digital books on ethical hacking, cybersecurity, and penetration testing. Even better, some libraries provide access to premium learning platforms completely for free. For example, where I live, my local library not only has a huge collection of physical and digital books on ethical hacking, but it also offers full access to O'Reilly Media, which is a top-tier learning platform that provides access to hundreds of cybersecurity books, video courses, and hands-on labs. Normally, O'Reilly requires a paid subscription, which is, I believe, around $50 a month, but if your library is partnered with them, you can use it for free with just a library card. So I would recommend that before you spend any money on expensive books, definitely check out what your local library offers. And even if your library doesn't have much to offer, there are still ways to get books for free or even at a very low cost. That's why I wanted to mention some of my favorite books that I highly recommend for anyone serious about ethical hacking. Alright, the first one is The Hacking, The Art of Exploitation by John Erickson. Now, this book is definitely one of those must-reads, and it's a great resource for learning the fundamentals of ethical hacking, including things like programming, shellcode, buffer overflows, and it also explains how operating systems and networking protocols work. You know, it's really helpful if you really want to understand hacking on a deeper level, and I would highly recommend for beginner level learners as well. Next up is Grey Hat Hacking, The Ethical Hacker's Handbook by Alan Harper, which is a great resource for diving deeper into ethical hacking techniques, and it covers a wide range of topics from reverse engineering to web application hacking and so much more stuff. It's absolutely perfect for those who want to understand the ethical hacker's mindset and how to use offensive techniques for defensive purposes. So definitely check this book out. Alright, the next book in the list is The Hacker Playbook Practical Guide to Penetration Testing by Peter Kim. This book breaks down penetration testing in an easy to follow step-by-step format. It's definitely packed with real-world scenarios and tools that every penetration testers use to find and exploit vulnerabilities. This is absolutely one of my favorites, and if you're interested in practical, hands-on ethical hacking, this is one book you don't want to miss. Final book I want to recommend is on a bit more advanced level, but it's still an extremely valuable resource. Now, this book is called Black Hat Python, Python Programming for Hackers and Pen Testers. And if you're really interested in writing your own hacking scripts or tools, then this book is definitely for you. It covers the basics of Python programming and also shows you how to use it for hacking tasks like network scanning, automation, and even exploitation. So you should definitely put this book in your must-read list. Alright, with that, I will conclude this video, but just because I didn't include a resource here doesn't mean that they're not good enough or that these are the only resources you should follow to learn. In fact, there are so many valuable resources out there that it is impossible to make a video and cover even a fraction of them. The reason I make this video is not to provide a complete list, but only a useful list for people who want to learn. And because I strongly believe that learning doesn't have to cost a fortune, with the resources I mentioned today, you can gain the knowledge and hands-on experience you need to start hacking without spending a single dollar or an extremely low price in most cases. And don't forget that learning is a process and it takes practice, consistency, and patience. The more you explore, the better you will get. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more videos like this.